moose right there. Coincidence? I think not.
I'm sure by now you have seen this clip of Lizard getting hit by John Cena, Harry Potter in his invisibility cloak, or maybe one of the Spider-Men edited out of the trailer. This appeared in the Brazilian trailer and only in the Brazilian trailer, so it was probably a mistake that somebody, somewhere along the line of chain of custody, made, forgetting to edit it all the way out so that we didn't see Lizard getting his neck completely snapped in half by an invisible Spider-Man. And along with this clip, there were several others that Eagle Eye fans have noticed from the trailer that seem a little bit suspicious. So it's time for us to cover every single misedited or awkward scene from the new trailer that suggests maybe there were more Spider-Man in that trailer than meets the eye. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk about all major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much more, including Spider-Man, which is an appropriate time to announce that we are giving away a Spider-Man collectible action figure this month. All you need to do to enter to win this figure is subscribe to this channel, Cosmic Culture, and subscribe to The Cosmic Wonder. Make sure you're commenting on our videos throughout the month, because that is where we will be finding and selecting a random winner. Good luck to you. Now, there is a large selection of evidences that could point to weird editing on Sony's part for this trailer in order to hide a few secrets. Well, Andrew and Toby, it's not really a secret, you guys already know. And I am aware a lot of this is up for debate, whether or not these are miseditings, whether or not these are the characters that are being stated. However, upon second appearance, third, fourth, fifth, honestly, I've looked at this several times now, I think each of these that I'm presenting are very compelling arguments for mistakes in editing or attempts of editing in this trailer. So let's check it out. We've already talked about the Brazilian mistake that happened where Lizard's head gets just crushed in a different direction, presumably by a hidden Spider-Man. However, let's talk about this money shot scene from the trailer when Tom Holland is about to take on 3 crazy villains at once all by himself. This location we've seen before. Actually, we've seen it a few weeks ago during a huge leak of Andrew Garfield, and then shortly after, Toby Maguire as well. In this image, we see them standing literally here on all of this scaffolding that is right behind Tom Holland. They're standing on it. There's blue screens everywhere because it's all CGI and edited. And now in the trailer, we see the final battle takes place here. There's no way that this could have been edited to look like this scene because this picture came out well before this trailer came out. That is very coincidental. Also, although in the original or the American trailer, we didn't see Lizard's head getting snapped in half, we did see Lizard jumping in a completely different direction than Tom Holland, and Electro the same. Tom Holland is clearly in the middle here, and above him and below him are 2 other hidden entities that I'm just gonna go ahead and call other Spider-Men. But wait, there's more. In this same sequence, this final fight scene, there's a time when we see Peter Parker swinging through all the scaffolding trying to get away and not harmed. But the question is, which Peter Parker is this? It definitely is trying to look like Tom Holland's Peter Parker, but let's look really closely at this scene. Look at the eyes, look at the suit. This definitely isn't the integrated suit, or at least it was edited to try to look like it and they didn't do a very good job. The eyes look exactly like Andrew Garfield's eyes, again, not edited very well. Each of these Spider-Men have distinct suits, distinct eyes, and even distinct body types. This is a very tall and lanky character. His eyes are a lot bigger than the other Spider-Man suit, the integrated suit, which should be in the scene, and I'm not really seeing any gold trimming here either. It's a very risky move to try to hide a different Spider-Man who's supposedly a secret by editing him to look like Tom Holland. So I don't know if I believe Sony would try to do that, especially when there probably are a plethora of other scenes they could take. But this does look a lot like a poorly edited conversion of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man into the integrated suit. I'm actually leaning towards believing this one, even though it's kind of surprising that Sony would try such a crazy stunt. But honestly, the evidence is pretty damning to me. The next one is, again, another editing mistake, and this one is probably one of the more controversial out of all of them, definitely up for debate and discussion. Let me know what you guys think. But during the scene when Ned, MJ, and Tom's Peter are standing at the top of the Statue of Liberty, right before the explosion that causes Ned and MJ to fall, you can see this sliver of scene, and it shows maybe an arm that was supposed to not be there, an edited arm. When you compare it to this shot here, you can kind of get an idea of what they were trying to get rid of, and I honestly think this could be Toby Maguire standing at the top with them, and his arm wasn't completely edited out or wasn't done very well. Now, I can appreciate why this scene has this moment, with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man swinging through the scaffolding. I think that's unnecessary. However, this is a pretty important, attention-grabbing moment where MJ's falling and Peter's going to try to save her, and if Toby was standing there, they're going to need to try to hide him. Now, it's a hard balance between actually editing him out so that he isn't there at all, which would be, in some sense, very obvious and easy to catch, and leaving it so that it is a dismantled arm that doesn't look like Spider-Man's arm. However, here we are literally analyzing every single frame of this trailer, and the question remains, is this a Spider-Man arm that was meant to be hidden away, but we still found it? Or is it just a little bit of blur standing next to them, some rubbish standing next to them at the top of the scaffolding? Let me know your thoughts down below. Now, the other evidences are interesting ones, and these ones aren't really, oh look, they messed up, but more they're inferencing. The first one is when Peter Parker, Tom Holland's Peter Parker, is fighting Doc Ock on the bridge, and he finally gets captured in a pretty aggressive way against the pillar upside down. His mask comes off, and Doc Ock says, "You are not Peter." Now, this is 100% a clear reference to Toby Maguire, and probably the first official reference to them that we've gotten. And although it doesn't confirm that they're in the film, they have certainly been acknowledged, and their existence is there somewhere. It is honestly almost sad because it would make so much perfect sense and opportunity to bring them back, to allow them to be in this film, and I don't know, at this point, I find it difficult to believe that people don't believe. And I understand not wanting to get overhyped or sell the movie out, and just the reaction of you guys from the trailer when they didn't show up was kind of negative. I had, at the time, 35,000 people watching live with me, and I would say probably 80% of them were disappointed with the trailer. A lot of them storming out of the stream or spamming L on the stream because they thought the trailer wasn't good enough. Now, this is a huge movie, and Sony's trying to play their cards right to create an awesome cinematic experience without ruining it. There's one more moment we need to talk about, and this is the MJ moment. There are a lot of arguments going around on the internet that Peter Parker will not be the one to save her, that Tom Holland is not going to be the one to save her. But in fact, Andrew Garfield is going to come out and end up saving her, redeeming the sad scene that he had with Gwen Stacy. That would be an awesome opportunity. There is the whole argument about how the hand here doesn't look like it's Tom Holland's suit. I don't know if you look at this suit. It's very possible that they decided to change the suit from the original concept art that showed zero blue and add some blue into it. The hands definitely match. It's the colors that are unsure. So that one's still definitely out for debate, but I definitely see Peter Parker, Tom Holland's Peter Parker, jumping down to save her, but maybe he just can't get there in time and Andrew comes from a different direction. Regardless, this is again an inferencing moment, not an editing moment, where it just seems like such a perfect opportunity to give Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man a little bit of redemption in what was an extremely intense scene to watch back in his Amazing Spider-Man when we sadly lost Gwen Stacy. Overall, lots of moments in this trailer, and probably still some that we need to analyze to figure out if there are anything else here that Sony's trying to hide. But until then, these were the moments that I most found believable that I thought were worth sharing with you guys. Let me know which ones you believe in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching to the very end of the video. If you found it helpful, useful, or entertaining, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys all in the next one right here on Cosmic Culture.